Good morning, movers. Welcome to Move Daily Fitness. It's Tracy Steen. This is going to be a no squat, no lunge lower body workout. A lot of you want to sculpt your legs, work your legs, train your legs, but the squat and the lunge hurt your knees. So we're going to focus on training other parts of the legs that can help you build muscle there. I'm going to start you with a warm-up. We'll end with a cool down. You're going to require a variety of dumbbells, and I'm going to use something to sit on as well. I'm also going to use some mini bands. Now, if you don't have any bands, that's okay. You can still do this workout. I'll show you the modification. All right, are you ready to sculpt the legs and move daily? Let's go. I'm gonna hit strength on my watch today. All right, let's warm you up here. Reach across, tap that out. And up and over here. Little bend in the knee here. All right, stay wide in your stance and some front and back bends here. Reach your hips back, stretching that lower back, those hamstrings and glutes. Two more here. That feels good. Last one. Good, let's go into some hip openers here. Nice up and around, like you're lifting it up over a chair. Okay. Two more. And we'll stay wide and touch our toes right here. These are soft, hinging at the waist. If you can't touch your toe, touch your shin. Little side to side, inner thigh stretch right here, just lengthening through that area. And switch sides here. Good, and switch again. You can drop your opposite shoulder toward that knee. And switch. A couple more here. And last one right here. Go into that heel dig, foot sweep right here. Alternate sides. All right, and we're gonna go into some just overhead reach, tiptoes. Get those calves warmed up here. Let's go. Reach it up. Get some blood flow going with the arms overhead here. 5 more here, up to the tiptoes. Excellent. We're gonna start down on the ground, so make your way down there. Here's your first 3 exercises. All right, we will use a mini band for this circuit, so have that handy. You're down on the ground here, hands behind. You're gonna start with a knee, ankle, extension, and in. I'll call half. Sit up tall. So knee, ankle, kick it out, and repeat. All right, so in, up. It's like your foot is sweeping the length of your shin, straight up and down, using all those small muscle groups right in the inside of those hip flexors. Good, last one, and switch your side. Knee, ankle, kick out. That's it. This is a good warm-up one. It's kind of that ball and socket all warmed up in the hip, okay? We'll get harder and heavier in a few minutes here. Just want to get you in warm-up mode here for a little bit. All right, switching feet again, sitting up nice and tall this time. One leg is straight. We're gonna pulse Again, hitting hip flexor, hitting quad. I'll call halfway. We'll switch, but sit up nice and tall. Ready? There we go. Pulse it here and lift. Good. Sometimes if you haven't done these small muscle group exercises in a while, it's like killer. It's almost like lifting heavier is easier than these little things. But very good for those little muscles. 3, 2, 1. Switch legs, sit up tall and pulse. Good. Ooh, that burn is real. In 3, 2, and 1. We're going to take a medium band, slip it above the knees, and have a seat on your chair, bench, couch. All right, you can be forward leaning. We're going to open and close. If you don't have a band, push against your knees and create tension that way. Here we go, and open. So you're forward leaning, okay? Want to target the glutes here. Good. Obviously, the heavier the band, the more challenging it'll be, but you can rapid fire this to increase that tension as well. I've got a heavy band here. Whew, there's the burn. Doesn't take long. All right, good. Let's go to round 2. Back down to the ground. This time we're gonna do 45 seconds per side on this kick, okay? So hands behind you, knee, ankle, kick out. Here we go. All right, 45 a side. You're in it for a season. Break as you need. Good. Nice little inner thigh action here as well, with that foot flexed. Stay with me now. 45 on this side. I'm going to give you a little stretch on this side before we switch sides, so watch for that in 3, 2, and 1. Put that leg straight. Do a little turn. Just stretch that hip flexor here for a second. Very good. Lengthen through that. We've shortened it. Now we're lengthening. All right. Switch sides. Sit up tall. Here we go. Up and out. Very good. Well, 10 more seconds here, then we'll do a little stretch before our leg lifts. Up. Good. Ooh, good burn. 3, 2, and 1. All right, put that leg out. Give it a good lengthening now here. Oh, that always feels so good after contracting. All right, back to your seated leg extensions. So switch legs. Here we go, and lift, and lift. Good. I'll call halfway on this one, okay? So just listen for that. Flexing that quad. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch legs and lift. Burns. All right, good. Let's finish off with our second abductor, seated abductor. So slip the band above the knees, Up on your tiptoes, okay? Nice flat back and forward leaning. Tension here if you need to. And open, close. Use this band for the next couple exercises here. So if you have it, leave it where it is above the knees. Unless it's too much tension, you can just remove it, that's fine. All right, come to standing here. Hold on to something like a wall, the back of a chair. Knees soft. Okay, foot is flexed and we're gonna extend right behind, but I don't want you bending over and I don't want you arching your back. Nice and tall, I'll call half. Your back and back. So leg is back behind you and slightly diagonal, okay? Targeting that glute a little here. Good, your stationary lift, knee is soft and burning already. 3, 2, switch sides and lift. All right, we're gonna go down into an advanced clamshell. All right, I'm gonna switch to my light band for my clamshells. Again, above the knee, or you can do this without. You're gonna come down to your side, feet touching, knees together, and we're gonna open and close just like this. Here we go, you're up and up, good. If you don't have a band, that's fine. This might be a challenge even without, so feel free just to hit it without. The bands really are great tension though, and they're pretty cheap, so make sure you check my Amazon links to buy yours. Stay on this side. We'll camp out here for a full 45, okay? We're only here for 2 rounds, so I think we can do it. Ooh, there's the burn. Great. Flip over. Round 2, I'll show you an advanced version of that if that you're finding this one too easy, okay? All right, camp out. Feet together, knees together. Nice and open, here we go. And up. Take your time. Good, 15 seconds here. Really feel that glute, hey? Whew. All right, good. Into your glute thrust, I'm gonna grab a dumbbell for my pelvis. Feet are shoulder width apart, okay? With or without the band, and we're pressing up through the heels. Pause at the top. So you're up, pause and down. Up, squeeze your glutes and drop. That pause is important here. Okay, round 2. Let's stand back up for our leg extension. Again, determine your band. You can take it off if you need to. Otherwise, knee is soft, nice and tall. Kick it here. All right, switch your leg and work. Okay, let's bring it down to the ground. Now I said I was going to show you an advanced version of this clamshell. You can come to the elbow, knees together, and come all the way up to that bottom knee, all the way down to close. I'm going to stick with the modified version. Here we go. Up and up. $45 aside here. So take your time and really feel that burn. There it is. I feel it. 10 seconds. All right, flip it over. Let's hit 45 on this side. Make sure you have your weight handy for your glute thrust. All right. Here we go. Lift it. Up and down. That's it, 20 seconds here. Oh, that burn is real already. Does not take long, does it? Great high volume activation. Okay, last one here in this circuit. Grab your dumbbell, let's place it on your pelvis. Feet are shoulder width apart. Okay, bring tension on that band. Then pause at the top. Up and pause, up and pause. Feeling that too. Good job. Okay, grab a sip of water if you need. And here's your next circuit. Take a look. All right, we're gonna go into a donkey kick. You can use a dumbbell behind the knee if you'd like, or nothing at all. I'm gonna use my band. So slip it around your feet, get onto all fours, and then we're pressing to the ceiling with 1 foot at a time. So you're up. Up. Nice neutral neck. Just looking at the ground in front of you and a flat back. One more here. And just switch your feet. Up. Good. The lighter the band, obviously the easier for this. You do want a good range of motion, so if you don't have a light band, of course, this can be done without the band. ground. We're gonna target that outer thigh here with a leg lift. So you're gonna lie on your side, leg is straight, toe is down, heel is up, and you're pulsing right here. Let's work. All right, little and little. Now, try to get that little forward leaning. Exercise ring closed. You do want to target that glute there, and with the heel up and toe down, you're really able to hit it. Burns. Stay on this side for a full 45. You're doing well here. Break as you need. Whew, there it is. Give that knee a hug if you need to, if it's just really burning that glute. Almost there. All right, give that a stretch. Flip over. We're gonna hit that other side for 45 here. All right, toe down, forward leaning, slight roll there. Here we go, up and up. Good. Whew. Halfway, stay on this side. That is a burn. It's good. Okay, oh, give that a stretch. We're gonna go into some standing calf raises. So choose whatever weight you can hold. I'm gonna go with 15-pound dumbbells here. We're gonna go up to tiptoes and drop down, shoulders back. And here we go, tiptoe and down. Of course, this can be done without weight as well. Little flex at the top. Set those down. Back down on the ground. Let's go into that donkey kick. So just around the feet. We're gonna go 45 aside and work and up. Stay on this side with me. This is your last one, so we may as well burn her out. Feeling a little bit of hamstrings for sure. A lot of glute. Okay, doing well. I'll stretch for a second, switching legs. Good, so if it's around your feet, really simple just to lift that other leg up here. Again, flat back, don't arch your back. Ready, and lift right here. Seconds left, stay in the pocket here. Almost there. 3, 2, oh, that burned. Okay, take the band off, lie on your side. We'll do those leg lifts for 30 seconds, or 45 seconds per side still as well. All right, right down here, toe down, heel up, and pulse right here, up and up, good. Yeah. Glutes. And abductor muscles are really feeling this exercise. It's excellent. I haven't done something like this in a while. That high volume, lightweight, or body weight. Hug it here. Good. All right, let's flip it over. Other side. There we go, and lift. Use your toe down and heel up. Seconds, stay with me, and you got your calves, and that is it. Let's work. Oh, one more there. Nice little stretch. Okay, let's finish off with calves, and then we'll stretch the legs out good. I'm holding 15s. Up to the tiptoes, shoulders back. Stick your chest out, and up. Go up as high as you can. Nice flex there at the top. 10 more seconds. Stay in the pocket now. Last 3, 2, 1 and done. You've moved daily in your lower body workout without squats or lunges. I'm feeling it. Let's stretch it out. All right, let us do a nice little stretch here. Let's start with a seated position, hamstring stretch. Ooh, lengthen that out there. So when you have bad knees, there's actually a lot that you can do that maybe I didn't show you today because some of it requires specific equipment. If you follow the knees over toes guy, he's been helping thousands of people over the last 10 years with certain strategies to help improve their tibialis muscle. So we did a little bit that in the calf raises when we were flexing the front and the bottom of the leg, but also this teardrop shaped vastus muscle in your quad. When those are weak, our knees can tend to take the brunt of it, like the ligament and joint, and tend to get overworked and overused. So the key is strengthening those areas, and there's not a lot of exercises, typically speaking, that do it. As soon as I'm done stretching here, I'm just going to show you a few that if you have some specific equipment, you might be able to incorporate into your training to strengthen the area around your knees. Because that is really important as we age. It's a functional movement that is going to be necessary as you get older. It's walking down the stairs, right? Where your knee goes over your toe, and you have to have that ability in your knee joint to execute the action, or you're going to fall. When you step off of a curb, those are necessary actions that you have to be able to do. And so training your body in that same range of motion can really aid in building the muscle around the knee joint itself. So switch legs here. So I'll show you just quickly, right after the stretch here, 2 different exercises that maybe you can incorporate and start to do and train your legs. One of them is walking backwards. I mean, that's as simple as anything gets, and especially walking backwards up a hill. When you do that, you're walking toes first. Like when we're walking, it's always heel first, and so we have a lot of action on the back of our legs. But when you do toes first, as in backwards walking, and especially up a hill, you're gonna be able to really target this area of your shin and this area of your quad as well, okay? Here's another exercise. Stand about a foot away from a wall, maybe a foot and a half, and heels are up, flexing that tibialis in the front. Up and flex. Do that for 12 reps. A little bit more challenging the further out you go, of course. It's really hard for me just to flex that muscle, okay? Another thing you can do is buy a band, one of these big bands, and link it around something that's really secure. You'd step into the band, okay, around the waist, and then practice a bunch of heel-toe backwards walking, and then controlled front, because it wants to snap me back here. So I'm back, heel-toe, up. This isn't even a heavy enough band. Those thicker, they look like elastic rubber bands, would do it better. But heel-toe and toe-heel is the name of the game there. All right, try those. Let me know in the comments below if you try it and how that works for you. Thanks for moving daily with me. If you're looking for an upper body workout for tomorrow, click or tap the screen here or here, and I'll see ya in the next workout.